Hey everyone, so in today's video we have a very exciting one because as of recent, e.l.f. has come out with their new liquid camo blushes, and of course a lot of folks have been comparing them to the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, which I have loved for a very long time, and I was interested in seeing if the e.l.f. liquid camo blush is a good alternative to that one. But e.l.f. has also just released their new Glow Reviver lip oils, and again, pretty reminiscent of the ones from Dior. So in today's video, I'm gonna kind of break down the high-end items as well as the e.l.f. dupe products, and then just give you my overall thoughts and really my true blue thoughts on these formulas. Though I absolutely love recommending affordable makeup. If you're new to my channel, I never recommend products specifically because they are affordable, because if the formulas don't truly stack up, then I actually think it can kind of be a waste of money. I like to recommend good products no matter what the price point is. So if you align with that, if that makes sense to you, I would love to have you back. My name's Amanda. Definitely make sure to subscribe. Again, I'm just here for a good formula, and that's what we're going to be diving into and talking about today. So I think let's first start off with the liquid camo blushes from e.l.f. So these have literally just released, and I picked up quite a few shades, and this was not all of them. Like, there are more shades here, but I picked up 6 different shades, and I tried to pick up shades that I thought folks would be interested in, as well as shades that I think could potentially be similar to the Rare Beauty blushes that I have. I'll leave up some swatches for you all. I also do have demos of these items because I think that that's really important. Definitely make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you appreciate the demos and the swatches. But these retail for $7, which is a great price in my opinion for an affordable liquid blush. You get 4 mils of product in here, 0.13 ounces for $7. That is a decent amount of product less than the ones from Rare Beauty. You get 0.25 ounces within the Rare Beauty for $23. But I think right out of the gate, something that's important to note is that in general, the Rare Beauty as well as the e.l.f. liquid camo blushes, they're pretty pigmented. What I'm trying to say here is that you don't need a lot of product. So I'm not really that mad that the e.l.f. has less product than the ones from Rare Beauty. And also a good note as well is that the Rare Beauty mini blushes are 0.11 ounces and they retail for 14. So these are essentially $7 for a little bit more product than the mini ones from Rare Beauty. So you could think of it that way. Either way, price rounds, listen, they're more affordable. Something that I was particularly interested in when trying out this formula from e.l.f. is that up close, when you look at the bottle, I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to tell, but there are like very, very fine shimmers in here, and they're not glitter particles, but there is a little bit of a shift. And I personally have noticed that shift in every single one of the shades that I picked up. It's almost like a peach shift to all of these. But here's the thing, you literally do not notice it at all. If anything, maybe it leaves a touch of like a dewier finish, or it helps to give a luminosity to these blushes, but as a whole, I don't find these blushes to be overly dewy. I actually think that they're more of like a satin formula. I did want to call that out, and I thought it was kind of interesting in case you guys have seen these up close and you're like, is there glitter in this? No, and you're not going to notice it on the cheeks. As far as the components go, the one from e.l.f. is very similar to the one from Rare Beauty. The doe foots are a little bit different. The one from e.l.f. does have more of a fat but slightly kind of pointed applicator. It's still a little bit of a juicier fat doe foot, but a lot of you guys have become familiar with the doe foot from Rare Beauty, which is flat and it kind of comes out in a circle, so you get that perfect little dot when you apply it onto the cheeks. And I do like that the Rare Beauty is easier to open because of this top part, so that is good to note. But let's talk about these formulas. The Rare Beauty actually has a dewy as well as a matte formula within their liquid blushes. The blushes are also made in Korea, so I think that that's important to note. And I think that makeup being produced in Korea definitely always gets my attention because I think that they're coming out with some really interesting formulas. The e.l.f. liquid camo blushes are made in China. As far as these textures go, it has this smoothness and this kind of spreadable texture that does eventually set down onto the skin. If you can tell or not already, these pack pigment. They are incredibly pigmented, though I will say similar to the Rare Beauty blushes, the pigmentation does vary between each of the shades, which personally, I don't mind that. I think that it's good to have a little bit of a variety. They just have a little bit of this spreadability to them that I have always really loved about the ones from Rare Beauty. Now, as far as the Rare Beauty texture goes comparatively, the textures are kind of indistinguishable. The thing is that when I'm looking at the two blushes on my hand and I'm comparing the textures, I can kind of tell a difference. Maybe the e.l.f. ones have a little bit more heft to them, but if you gave me both of these and told me with my eyes closed to tell you which one is which, I don't think I'd be able to. I did compare the shade Love from Rare Beauty to the shade Bronze Bombshell. And you know what? These shades, I would think they'd be more similar than they actually are, but they're pretty different. That being said, I think they kind of function in the same way to get that kind of red bronze effect. And I love that kind of sunburn look for my cheeks, especially in the summer. And I think Bronze Bombshell from e.l.f. really gives you that. I thought that both applied pretty well. I do have a little texture on my one cheek, and that's not the fault of either the Rare or the e.l.f. liquid blush. It's just something that like I'm dealing with right now. Like in general, my skin actually isn't doing like the most amazing. Like I'm having some like hormonal breakout things happening. And honestly, side note, just to get like real for a second with you guys, I was actually like, I'm gonna pause on even putting out this video for all of these demos because I have like, because obviously like up close my skin isn't doing amazing, but I know some people like to see perfect skin on makeup application, but I think some of you actually prefer some real skin. So that's what I'm here to provide for you guys. Within a lot of these comparisons, I kind of sat down at the end of the day and was like, I think they apply exceptionally similarly. And I myself was very surprised. Like, I gotta tell you, I'm usually a skeptic when it comes to these dupe items. Again, I don't like to recommend dupe items unless I really feel confident that the formulas are super similar. But I gotta tell you guys right out of the gate, these are pretty freaking similar. One shade that I was not a fan of from e.l.f., which I still think, I mean, I don't know how many folks are still on the Barbie pink train right now, but coming in hot pink, I will say it lasted on my skin, that's for sure. I went to go see my sister and she was like, why are you so pink? I was like, well, I'm testing on some products. I didn't find it to be a particularly flattering blush on me. However, I think if you have a deeper skin tone, this potentially could be super, super pretty, especially for this time of year. But on me, I wasn't a huge fan. But I gotta tell you, this comparatively to Lucky, very, very similar color. What I did today though, is I decided to just use the e.l.f. blushes and layer them two different colors to see how they would blend out. And I actually went in with my Rare Beauty foundation brush and I found that at the end of the day, this kind of brush applies the product the best. I don't think it's a coincidence because I have personally found that this brush also applies the Rare Beauty really well. I'd honestly just kind of forgotten about this. I kind of just pulled it out of a drawer and I was like, huh, maybe I'll try the blushes with this brush today. And I think if you want the best application, using like a soft but dense brush and actually putting the product on the back of the hand and then dipping in and applying it. I think that is the best way to apply these. Just so you guys are aware, that is my like Amanda approved way to apply these. Today, I actually used the shade Peach Perfect, like all over as a wash of peach color. I really, really like this shade. It reminds me a lot of Bliss actually from Rare Beauty. That's my sister's like favorite shade of the line. And then on top of it, I actually applied this really beautiful pink color, which is Pinky Promise. And these two together I love this blush look so much. And if you told me that it was expensive high-end blush, I would believe you. The one shade that I haven't tried, that I'm kind of kicking myself that I haven't tried, is the shade Coral Crush. I was most excited about this. I think you guys know how much I love a coral. I think it's just really nice for my skin tone, but I cannot wait to get this one specifically on my skin. Moral of the story is here, guys. I absolutely 100% recommend these new liquid blushes from e.l.f. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really, really excited that I'm able to. I love getting excited about affordable makeup that is so good and I can fully stand behind. And you know what? I hate using the word dupe. I really do, because I don't think that these are truly like a duplicate product. But if I was ever going to call something a dupe, I would probably call these dupes. So hopefully that gives you enough information about that. By the way, I will leave a link to the liquid camo blushes down below for you guys, as well as the shades that I picked up. But are the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils the same story? So I picked up 3 different shades of these, and honestly, looking at the shades, I wanted to pick up more, but I had already picked up so many of the e.l.f. liquid blushes because I wanted to swatch them all for you guys. I hope you appreciate that. Make sure to let me know if you do. But I picked up 3 of the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils. I have this beautiful pink shade, which is Rose Envy, Honey Talks, which is actually the shade that I'm wearing on my lips today, as well as Jam Session. This shade, Honey Talks, is so beautiful and just kind of the perfect everyday lip shade. But as far as the Dior Glow Addict lip oils, I have the shade Rosewood and Mahogany. And I wanted to, again, pick up some shades that were similar enough to the ones I have from Dior to hopefully, again, be of help to you guys. I really want to make these videos as helpful as possible. I hope you guys can feel that. So the e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oils, they retail for $8 and you get 0.25 ounces of product in here. Very nice basic packaging. One of those really plushy, soft, fat doe foot applicators that feels really nice going on the lips and is just pretty comforting. As far as the Dior Glow Addict lip oils, you get 0.20 ounces and these are a whopping $40. When did they become $40? I could have sworn they were like 30-ish. The fact that they're 40 bucks now. The smell on both of these, I wanted to note the smell. The Dior smell, I gotta be honest here, I love Dior lip products as a whole. I love the smell of this one. It's a sweet mint scent that they always have in their lip products. And the one from e.l.f. is just, it's kind of like more like peppermint. It's not like that sweet iconic Dior scent. Which is nice. Again, it feels luxurious. The packaging obviously is a little bit more luxurious. That beautiful doe foot applicator. But again, we're talking 40 bucks here, guys. Let's talk about the shades. I did compare Jam Session from e.l.f. to Dior Mahogany. The shades aren't the same really, but kind of in typical fashion, when they're on the lips, I can't really tell much of a difference. I do think that Jam Session is a little bit more, you know, jammy. It has a touch more purple. And I do overall, I gotta be honest, I think I prefer the idea and the concept of the shade Mahogany from Dior more than this one. However, I could literally mix Jam Session and Honey Talks together, and I have a feeling I'd get a little bit closer to Dior Mahogany, and I'd still have a bunch of money saved. Now, I think the formula difference between these two items is actually a lot more stark than the Rare Beauty versus the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush. I will leave this video linked down below, but I actually did an entire video comparing a bunch of different lip oil formulas when the Dior Glow Addict lip oils originally went viral. And something that I talked about in that video with the Dior lip oils is that they do feel like something mixed between a lip oil and a lip gloss. They have a tack and a grip to them that is similar to a lip gloss, but a little bit more slip the way a lot of lip oils do. I love the way they fill in the lines of the lips. The Dior lip oils do a really beautiful job of adding this luminosity to the lips. They give a nice fullness and that kind of volumized look. In general, I think that they're very pretty, and I really like that kind of glass water bead effect that I get with them. But getting into the e.l.f. lip oils, I actually find that these feel way more like a liquid lip balm mixed with a lip oil rather than leaning towards that lip gloss feel on the lips. So the feel of these two products is actually decently different. And I actually find in general, like this time of the year, especially when my lips are not doing well, I actually prefer a feeling like this, these e.l.f. lip oils, to the one from Dior. They also add this really pretty volumized fullness to the lips. These don't necessarily last as long as the ones from Dior will because there's less attack to them, but they're also cheaper so you can reapply them more often without really having to worry about it. They are incredibly comfortable, and they, again, I think that a lot of brands, especially more affordable brands, come out with lip oils that feel so oily that I'm almost worried about them like oil dripping down my face when I have them on. A lot of brands go too oily and they're too slippy and they feel kind of uncomfortable on the lips, or they kind of just sink in and there's like poof, nothing, no moisture left. The fact that these kind of lean into this plush liquid lip balm texture, that, my friends, I think is what makes these very special. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that these are dupes for the Dior lip oils. However, these are bomb. They're so good. I feel pretty happy and invigorated by this last launch of the year from e.l.f. I'm really happy with the formulas. I think that they just did a really great job. It always feels good to find affordable makeup that I can give my stamp of approval to and that I really love. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Best of Beauty is coming very soon, so make sure you're subscribed. I would love to have you back, and I will see you all in my next one.